And now I'm going to insert a clip art. So I'm going to click insert. Okay, clip art. And in the search box, I'm going to type truck. Sorry, tractor. Then click go. I'm going to pick the first picture in here, the yellow tractor. So give it one click and it should appear within the document. I don't need to do anything with clip art anymore, so I'm going to close this. The next thing that we're going to do is to reduce the size of this tractor. To do that, while working from the picture tools format, and notice that again we got a contextual tab based on the fact that we have a picture, clip art. On the right hand side we got the size group. I would like you to click the little arrow here, which automatically loads the advanced layout, and where it says scale, make sure that the lock aspect ratio is on. That way you retain the relationship between the height and the width on the picture. Now I'm going to make this 35%. And now I'm going to click add width, and I see that it also shows up as 35%. So now I click OK. So I just reduced the size of that picture, of that clip art, to 35% of its original size. At this point I would like to change the color of that clip art. Again, we're working with the picture tools, and we're working with the picture tools because this object is selected. I can see the little dots around it. So now I'm going to go to color, and I'm going to pick the orange accent color 3 dark. Okay, I'm going to point and click at it. Another thing that you can do from the picture tools is to change the transparency of a picture. For instance, let's say within this picture I would like to get rid of the color of one of the things within the picture, so that when I put this picture against a darker background, the darker background will go through. So to do that, again, I'm going to go to colors. I'm going to go to set transparent color, and when I move my mouse pointer, now it's a pen with an arrow at the top, at the end. I'm going to point exactly where I would like to change this. So I'm going to click right there, and notice that the color around the tractor is now being removed. Another thing that you can do to clip art in pictures is to be able to adjust the brightness or the darkness of a picture, also the contrast. In this case, we're going to change the brightness of this picture by reducing it by 20%. So again, the picture is selected. Now we go to corrections. I have brightness and contrast. When I point at this one right here, second row, second picture from left to right, I see that I have brightness minus 20% and contrast minus 20%. I'm going to pick that one. If you look carefully at this picture, you'll notice that there's really no borders around this particular picture. So what we're going to do right now is to add a border to it. Now, as the picture is selected, we go to picture borders. and I'm going to pick the third on the last row, and it's brown accent 4, darker 50%. So now I point and click. The next thing to do is to move this picture and put it on top of the rectangle. So to do that, I'm going to click inside it and then drag it right on top of the picture. Now when I did this, the picture actually became as part of the text. Now I actually want that picture to be on top of the graphic itself, so I'm going to undo, Control Z, and before I move it over here, I'm going to go back to the Picture Tools format. I'm going to go to Wrap Text, and I'm going to select in front of text, and now when I move the picture up to here, it's not going to conflict with the text that is already there. Now the same picture that I have here, I would like to have right here on this end. So to do that, what I'm going to do is just make a copy of this object. Now the same way that you can copy text, you can also make copies of clip art or any other object. So I'm going to select it, which is selected right now. If I go to the Home tab, I can go to Copy. Now I'm just going to click Paste. And when I do that, I get a second copy of my original picture. Now I can click it and drag it over to the new position where I would like it to be placed. When I look at the pictures right now, I see that both tractors are facing the same way. But I would like to have this tractor right here be rotated. I can do that in different ways. One way would be, again, to go to Picture Tools, make sure that this is selected. Click Rotate from the Arrange group in the Format tab, and then select Flip Horizontal. Now you'll notice that one tractor is pointing one way and the other one is pointing the other. The next thing that we need to do is to type in some text right under the rectangle. So I'm going to click at the symbol right here for paragraph. Next, we want to change the alignment of the paragraph. So instead of having it be left aligned the way it shows right now, I would like it to be centered. So I can click right here, or from the keyboard I could do Control E. You may want to change the features that have to do with text before you type the text, or you can do it after you type the text and then you select the text and make the changes. What we're going to do right now is make the changes before we add the text. I would like to change the color of the font. So to that I go to Font Color, and I would like to pick the color on the last row, fourth from the right to the left. It's called Orange Accent 3, darker 50%. So click on it, and now type 323 Pine Avenue, comma, Grabber, comma, OK, space 74877. The next thing that we're going to do is to separate the address from the phone number by adding a symbol in between the two. In this case, the symbol will be a bullet. So to do that, first I'm going to add a space. Then I'm going to go into insert. Anytime they want to bring in something from outside your document into your document, you go to insert. So now I go to symbols, which is in the symbols group. The symbol that I'm looking for is not in here, so I'm going to click more symbols. Scroll up or down until you find the symbol that you're looking for. I'm going to go up, and I see the bullet in here next to these two crosses. So I'm going to click the symbol, and notice that I'm working with the normal text. There's different groups in here of symbols. Right now I'm working with the normal text group. So I pick this one, and now I click insert, and then close. Once again, I add a space to separate the two things together. And now I'm going to type phone colon, and then in parentheses 476 close parentheses 555-9384. Once again, I want to separate the phone number from the web address. So to do that, again I go to symbols, and it remembers that I used that symbol last, so it shows up in this list. So I can just click it, add a space. I forgot to leave a space before the symbol, so I'm going to put it right in there right now. And now I'm going to type web address colon www.hltclub.com.